Hey, whoa, Eric and the reel. Today we're building the Mickey desk from IKEA. I got about 20 of these that I've done so far. But I thought I'd show you guys how to do this pretty quick. Unboxing, pretty simple. This is a great little table. Works out pretty well. I'm going to show you a couple of things that they don't tell you in the instruction book, which, by the way, is right here. Just throw that away. And where we're going, we don't need instruction. I like to take out the pieces. Hardware. These are our tools that they give us, even though I brought my own. These are screw bag right here. I dump it on the side right over here because I'm right-handed, so naturally where I'm going to work from. First thing I do, put my little wooden dowels in right here. They don't tell you to do this in the instructions until almost last. But if you do this in the order that I'm doing it, you'll be able to unpack your box and put it together as you go. Save yourself a lot of time. You got those in the corners. Going straight. You need 4 of them. That's a bit. It's pretty much done for that side. Now, I'm setting that over there because it's last. If any of you have ever built any of these IKEA pieces, you notice that you can do it on either side. So depending on whether you want the board on the left or on the right determines where you put your screws. For me, I like to do it so that these will come out over here. That wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. One dowel goes right there. Now, these trusty little rails. Remember, kids always got away from you. So there's a couple of different parts to these rails. The ones with the little flat edges, those go over the drawer. There's 2 of those. Now there's 2 of these with wheels like this. Now, depending upon which way you're doing your drawer, will determine which one of these you use. Now since my screws are in the back over here, I want the wheel that goes down with the big gap at the top so the drawer can hook in and slide into the rail. Now, like I said, I've done this so much that I know I want to use the first hole, which is also this hole over here. Put that in. Have another one of these little tiny screws. It goes in right here. Now, we're pretty much done with this side. If you want, you can take these and pop them in the end down here. If they don't just slide in, you can hit them with a hammer. It won't hurt anything. That's that one. This is the bottom of our drawer. We're going to set that over here. That's the cup holder. Those are our drawer ends. Those you're not familiar with, this is the metal leg. But this is also a handy little garbage bag. use later on when you're picking up your garbage. Tricky thing for you to think about now is how this is going to look. So we want this to be on the outside edge, so we're going to now put all of our stuff on this side. Now, I'm showing you to do this as you're unboxing it, because the important part here is that you're saving time. And everything's already in order. So there really isn't anything for you to have to go mess with. I'm gonna grab our other rail. Again, we want the wheel away from our screws. Find two more of those little short guys. The other leg goes on here, but we're going to do that later because it's easier. Set that right there. Put it on paper. Now, this is going to look a little weird for some of you because you're going to look at me and go, what? No way. But you can take that, slide it on, put these on. If you look here, there's two screw holes right here, exactly where they need to be. And I don't know why IKEA does this, but they package these all the same, making my job and putting this thing together that much easier. Now, down to pretty much the drawer, which is actually the first thing that they tell you to build. So the way they boxed this would have been kind of crazy. But anyway, if for some reason your little pegs are having a hard time, you can tap them. It doesn't hurt nothing. There's a couple of these little screws, they're the smaller ones. You can tell their size pretty easy. Now, if you notice, there's a tape side and a non-tape side. It doesn't actually matter which way you do this, but because I'm a creature of habit, one's going up, one's going down. Pop that together. Pop that one together. Throw our bottom on. And line up that groove. Line up that groove. That one slides right in. That one slides right in. Now, we're supposed to push these little tabs in on the side. You can use a hammer if you want. Just like that. We grab our rails. Screws, wheels go away. So this one goes here, and this one goes over here, just like that. So grab our handy little screw gun again. Pop our first screw in. It is kind of important you put these in straight. Should be your last two screws that we're putting on. Now, that's our drawer. They say to do the drawer first, but it is finished first. All right, so now what do we do? Now we do the important stuff. We're gonna take our bottom part. We're gonna attach our backboard. And there's 8 of these little guys that are smaller. There should be 4 big ones left, and there should be 8 of these other ones. And they just slide in. Trick is, there's an opening in the back here to make sure that's facing down. There's a little arrow right here that points down. That's where you want your screw. And they just slide right in like that. Pretty simple. You can use the screw down in this if you want. I tend to break the little clasps. Oh, I like to use a screwdriver. Just like that. Set that over here for a second. I'll grab the other side. We're pretty much going to do the same thing that we just did to the other side. And if I did this right, it should just pop together just like this. Again, just putting those in. In. Twist and a lock. And it's pretty much done. Now, we'll put the leg in. Give me these really long screws, and to be honest with you, they're kind of a pain. So I've developed the Eric method. Add a square bit driver that will get most of this in. So, I know you're thinking, wow, I just stripped out those heads, but nope. The little square head here actually still fits in because I used a slightly bigger one at the top, which blew it out. If you don't put the little black handle on that they give you, you can actually do this by just spinning it around in a circle. But you use a little black handle, you gotta pull it off all the time. That's annoying. As with everything, as you do this, you start to learn little tricks. The more early you build, the faster they become. Now, I am going to use their little plastic handle that they give you here, just to get a little bit more tension. And I'm doing that because, well, there's going to be kids using these, so I want to make sure that they're nice and tight. It ain't done. Still a little concerned with this one. There we go. Feels good now. All right, so we're gonna move our desk out here for a second. Just set it on the floor. Take our top back. I like to make sure the cup holder is facing away, which can be hard for you to see. There's not a really easy way to do that. So, trick here is to line up your holes and get everything to fall into place, right? There's one, there's two. I like to do the back ones first if you can. Front ones. Now make sure it's all the way down, because that's the biggest problem. Make sure it's all the way down. You should only have these 4 deep well screw clamps left. So you just pop those in. Again, we're going to use a hand screwdriver because, well, you know, these break easy, especially this size one. And there's just one in each corner. You'll see the big holes. They don't go all the way in for you by hand. Just tap it in. Pretty much done. Before we pull this off, they give you these little pads. I call these the self-levelers. They just stick them on this little metal bar over here to offset that side over there. But it also stops the metal from scratching up your floor if you were to have a wooden floor as opposed to this carpet that we're standing on. Alrighty. There we go. And there we go. Here's the drawer. I'm gonna grab my camera here and we're gonna take a quick look at this little guy.